Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Bear Scare Beauty. I come to you half an eye done already because my camera just had a major malfunction. That's really fun. Follow me on Instagram, Instagram, Blue Sky, and Twitch. I've been playing a lot of Claire Obscure 33 Expedition 33. Fucked that up on the first intro too. Yeah, so today I'm just doing a good old full face of new makeup. Get ready with me. It's been a while. Life is hard, right? So, before my camera decided to have a little fox pause, we're using the new Danessa Myricks Freedom Works palette. It's the pastel one, so it has this lovely like minty green, a really awesome like purple. This is more of an orange than a brown. And the glitters in it are like the classic kind of trichromatic or duochromatic. The one appears really gold on camera. It's much more turquoise in person. This is much more like violet, vibrant. And this one is pretty true to camera. I'll see if I can show it to you in the reflection. Yeah, see, the reflection looks a little different. But yeah, so I just took a fluffy brush, dipped into a little bit of the orange, and I kind of fluffed it on the outside of the eye. And then I have my little Wangoso 5 brush, and I'm using that mint shade. And I'm using that, we're just doing a good old cut crease, right? And I love this brush because you can just create a wing out of nothing. Wing, boom, done. And now let's hope that my camera doesn't fuck up again. Because if so, I will absolutely crash out. Because life is a fucking nightmare. Hooray! I used the Urban Decay Primer Potion, one of my all-time favorites. There's a few creators online that don't really seem to like it. I don't know why. It works really amazing for my oily eyelids. And I've been using it on clients a lot. And I mean, we're talking 10 plus hours of wear. One of my more recent clients is a local rapper, and she does a lot of stage show and then like some public access shows, and it's kept her eyes on through that. I'm just taking a little bit more of it and I'm just creating that cut crease shape. And I'm not gonna bother wiping shadow off with like my cellar water or anything. I think it was Robert Walsh, one of the makeup artist Walsh twin. Robert Walsh? I think, yeah. And I agree with him on this, that if you're using a micellar water to kind of clean off the shadow on the eyelids, sometimes it leaves a weird little like border that it doesn't look right. It doesn't look good. So I just prefer putting primer back down. Ba-bum. Ba-ba, ba-bum. Same old me. And we're just going full turquoise. Turquoise? Yeah. I'm taking that beautiful turquoise. Oh, God. There's an online dude, and he does the beautiful thing. Oh, God. Don't. Just don't. It's not worth it. That hate crime is not my response. Oh. And as I've said multiple times, I like to pat and like kind of aggressively drag the pigments. Just something about the way like shimmers, specifically these type of more metallic pigments, work. If you're just patting them on, I find that they're not like the same effect as if you drag them. If you're dragging them, it's kind of smoothing and laying the pigments. And they really, really show their like, their true colors, their full force. Oh, fuck, that's so pretty. Ooh. Focus. Ooh. Also, weirdly enough, I have never had this problem, but lately a lot of clients that I've been working on don't know how to just close one eye. Is that a common thing? Is that something you don't know how to do? Comment below, let me know. It's not a judgment thing, it's just it's an interesting thing. It's something I've never come across before. Taking a little bit more of that mint, a little bit more of that mint, and I'm kind of marrying that cut crease and reinforcing that wing a little bit. These have like the texture and the payoff of a cream shadow, but they're not. That's... God, that's gorgeous. Okay, I don't want to do it. I'm gonna keep it light, I'm gonna keep it open, we're not gonna dip into a dark color, okay? And I'm gonna quickly do the other eye off camera. All right, I am back, got both eyes done. I did throw a little Topicals lip balm, lip slick salve on. Arguably one of my favorite lip balms. However, they do go off really, really fast. Do not buy the double pack. You will not get full use out of them, which really sucks. Clean brands, figure your shit out with your preservatives. Shiseido eyelash curler. We're gonna do a little curly Q. I find that like looking down actually helps a fair bit catch all my lashes. Not always, but you know, and I have to like kind of press it into my face. This is not if you have very normal lashes. I have very stick straight that kind of point down lashes, so it does do a great job at curling though. I gotta say, of all the viral products, this is definitely one that went viral for a reason. I usually do mascara at the end, so I'll probably give them a recurl, but this is the Urban Decay Glide On in Beige Flag, one of their newer shades. We're just gonna do a little waterline action. Ooh, very smooth, very pigmented, opens the eyes right up. Don't cry. I'm kind of tight lining with it, but not like too much. Because I don't really see the point in tight lining the upper waterline with a nude. Don't cry. Bad bitches don't cry on this channel. Ooh, I like that, actually. That's very like uncanny makeup. If I threw like a deeper color in, ooh. Great for uncanny makeup, that creepy trend that was going on. Okay, base. I'ma make you walk like that. This is the Lawless Forget the Filler. This is in 3F. I've tried this before, I've actually worn it a couple of times. It's just too dark for me, but we're gonna go with it and we'll fix it, right? This is like, if you are a full coverage fan, this is for you. She's definitely for the 2016 girlies, right? I actually have the box right here. Let me check. Oh, that's another thing. Hold on. Danessa Myricks. What is with your packaging? Like, okay. This is the box the eyeshadow palette came in. Tell me why it's in a box, in a cardboard sheath, in bubble wrap, in a cardboard sheath, in bubble wrap, in a cardboard sheath. That's too much. That's too much packaging. We don't need all of that. If your formula is so shock sensitive, try again, you know? I'm just wiping whatever's left on my hand, on the beard. And with that foundation, that's one pump. Get you guys in. Look at. Look at how well that covers for just one pump, right? It is, like I said, maybe 2 shades too dark for me. It does dry a little darker. She dark. They do need to add a little more in their shade range. And I'm doing, this is like a 1/4 of a pump. Just a little bit, just to kind of go over that acne. I know I'm holding my brush too far forward. Sue me. And it is a thick enough formula you can definitely get away with using a sponge. I just didn't wet any of my sponges, so I don't really care. But God, it's beautiful, it's smoothing, it's full coverage. It is genuinely a very good foundation. Somebody's car alarm going off in the background. I might repurchase it again. I think I'd have to get the palest shade, but even then that's still not quite right for me, so I'd have to make it work. Not great, you know, not always what you want. But hey, you can't always get what you want. Unless you're buying a foundation, in which case you totally should buy the right foundation for you. Where is it? Ah, here we go. The Hourglass Vanish Concealer. Haven't tried this before. I tried a lot of their products previously on my channel. You can go find that. A lot of them were not worth it at the time, and a lot of the ones that I loved, they've discontinued. Go figure. And I'm just gonna do, because I have worked with this one a lot, but I do need to kind of lighten this foundation slightly. So I'm just gonna kind of do like my normal concealer placement. This isn't as quick drying as the Haus Labs one, so you don't need to work as fast, but you do still need to work kind of quickly. Again, this is a very nice concealer. It's very matte, which is nice, right? Do a little bit right here because I'm gonna kind of contour there in a second. Yeah. And I just kind of like to add a little highlight under and over where I contour, so you don't have to use as much contour, and it kind of comes out a little more naturally. And I also got their concealer brush. By the way, these are from my job. I do work at a makeup store, so we have gotten a lot of this for gratis, so I'm putting it to the test, putting it in use, except for the eyeshadow palette. That I did buy on my own. $57, I think. I'll add the price. I do like this brush. I've never used any of Hourglass's brushes before because they are way too expensive for being a synthetic brush, but I like this brush. And I mean, if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know that Delium tools cannot be beat for price to performance for synthetics. Same with BH Cosmetics though. Like, BH is just, so good. So good. And yes, I'm just buffing it back and forth. That's nice. It's a little too concentrated under my eyes right now, so I might have to add a little more, a little lower, but that's on me, you know? And I'm just using it to kind of clean up my eye shape, which I love doing. It's great. We do like makeup lessons where I work, and so whenever I'm teaching people to like do like a cat eye, or even if, because a lot of people really love the soft glam cat eye right now, which is not really done with liner, it's mainly done with shadow, and I'm like, great, you just, doesn't matter the way the shadow looks on the outer corner of the eye, slop it on, get the color down, and then worry about it later. I'm gonna do a little bit right here, a little bit right here. This is a good concealer though. This is a nice concealer. Definitely gonna shelve that until I can work through the rest of my Haus Labs, which is gonna take forever because that's just such a high coverage concealer. But it is a little too light for me, so I also have another Dior concealer that's too dark for me, and I kind of use the Dior concealer to color correct. How gorgeous that is. See, even if you don't want to contour, that little bit of brightness right there from the turns out I need to rehack my camera because it's no longer recording greater than 15 minutes. Hooray. I could just try to buy a new camera, but I am in a mountain of debt. So, you know, new toys, new goodies, kind of off the table right now. Take a little bit more of the foundation on that brush, And I'm just gonna soften some of the edges of that concealer because I went a little too crazy with it. That's really pretty though. Look at that. Ooh, that's gorgeous. I don't know why I'm whispering. That is beautiful. Okay, moving on. Contour, Rare Beauty. This is not a contour, this is a bronzer. How dare they market it as a contour? This is Gentle, which I believe is the fairest shade, which is the most cool tone. It is not, it is bronzer. And I do it like in the hairline, literally just a dot, because it is very pigmented. If you want a good kind of mix of bronzer and contour, I really think the Makeup by Mario, the liquid and like the pump top bottle, does an amazing job. But see how warm that is? That's absolutely a bronzer. Whatever's left, just kind of take onto the hairline. Because a little bit of this goes a very, very long way. A little on my temples, because I like that more masculine look. But yeah. 100% a bronzer. And it's funny though, because like it has a slight cool tone to it, but it's not that cool toned. So like for people with a much warmer tone, maybe you could use this as contour. No, this is not a contour for everybody. And speaking of Rare Beauty, once again, this was given to me by my job. This is the Soft Pinch Matte Bouncy Blush, their new cream blush formula in the shade Happy. Look at how cute that is. I've definitely played with these in store, but like just something about feeling a brand new one. Oh, they're so bouncy. I'm trying to find like a clean brush because I'm bad at cleaning my brushes. You know what? You'll do. You're a clean brush. A little scraggly. A little BH Cosmetics brush. She is pretty. I'll give her that. I'm kind of elongating my face with blush, so I'm keeping it here and dragging it back, but I'm not like rounding out my face. I'm almost taking it under my eyes. Gorgeous. Taking the clean side of the brush and just blending it a little more. I'm gonna add actually kind of a lot because you can't see on camera. In real life, I look insane. I always say this, if you're doing makeup for a camera, you're gonna look crazy in real life. Even like, you know, I'm using a relatively old camera, little Lumix GH2, but it gets the job done. It has a beautiful, I'm gonna do it. Okay. There we go. Tarted up whore. Okay. Le Poudre. Kosas Cloud Set in Translucent Candy. This is pretty rose tinted, but I've found that it's not like insanely rose tinted, right? And I just have a little Huda Beauty puff and I'm gonna go right under my eye. And I'm just pressing it in where I kind of need it the most. I'm not over powdering, I'm definitely not like baking, but I do like to press powder into my skin. I do get pretty oily and I do find that this powder is very blurring. So I'll do a little close up in a second, but I don't find that it really shows a lot of texture, especially under the eye, which is nice because, you know, some people do like to go really ham on the powder and it can make you look a little crusty on the under eye. Ooh, I also, because I'm super high maintenance, and I'm just gonna dust this quickly everywhere and dust off the excess. And because it's a new product that I have. And then I actually mentioned it before my camera crapped out as well. I did my skin prep and everything before filming. I used a couple of products from brands that I'm just not going to mention because I don't support them, but I did get the products, so I'm going to use them. I'm not going to waste them. But I used the Dr. Jart Hydrating Tonic, the one in the square blue bottle, Paula's Choice Salicylic Acid, Alpen Beauty, vitamin C, and then the First Aid Beauty Water Gel Moisturizer. All of which, very nice. The Water Gel Moisturizer, I just don't know if it does enough to justify its price. It's pretty basic, but if you're an oily skin person and you just want a nice soothing moisturizer, it's good. The other product, this I did buy, Pat McGrath Under Eye Powder in Light, because I am out of the Hourglass one finally after several years, and it looks like that's one of the ones that they've discontinued. The ambient light setting powders. So I'm just gonna use that right under the eye and then just gently dust it around. Not really the right brush for this. Just gonna grab my good old Wet n Wild brush and just, by the way, baller on a budget, Wet n Wild brushes, they will last you a lifetime if you take good care of them. So, just look at how blurred everything looks. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so nice. Yeah, a little bit of the foundation's come off there, but that's fine. I'm not too terribly worried about that. Okay. Now that I've powdered, I know I probably shouldn't have powdered before this, but this is the new Haus Labs highlighter, the BioRadiance highlighter in Glassy Opal. I don't know if you can see on my thumb right there. Yeah, you kind of can. It is really pretty. It's going to take all my makeup off though. Everywhere that you put it, it will take your makeup off, right? It is interesting too. It doesn't really look like a lot, but then when you catch the light in certain, I see right there, when you catch the light in certain angles, it's very pretty. So yeah, it is a nice highlighter. I'd say your mileage may vary. If you don't like to or don't have to set your makeup with powder, it would be a great option for you. I like to, and I find that my makeup wears better when I do set it with powder, but putting powder over it, it gets like curdled looking, if that makes sense. It is pretty though. But if you put powder over it, it has like a weird curdled look, which is not everybody's fantasy, right? Chunky curdled milk on the face. I'll do my under eye real quick. I'm just gonna take some more of that mint. Same brush. Don't you fucking fall on me. The concealer looks really heavy on this eye, but not this eye. So I maybe just used a little more concealer on that side, but you know, mileage may vary per person. I'm just feeling very gay lately. I don't know what it is. It could be the fact that I'm dating a man. Gonna recurl the lashes without gripping my entire eyelid. Have you ever just accidentally pinched your eyelid in a lash curler? Just end me. Okay, now I can feel them fighting with my eyebrows, so that's perfect. Speaking of brows, ABH Brow Brush Through in the shade Taupe. This is not exactly new. I've had this for a little while, but I don't really need to fuck with my brows a whole lot, right? So I just kind of brush a little bit of the tint through. Takes off some of the powder that gets stuck from like powdering the face and a little bit of the makeup, but I only got it a lot. I got nice thick lashes. It is interesting. I'm going gray really fast, so my brows are also going gray, which is kind of interesting. So maybe I'll tint them. Maybe I won't. Who knows? This is also Urban Decay, one of the new Cool Coyote ones. I've actually been using this for nose contour. It's a little hard to blend on the face. It's not really what it's intended for, but if you love a good nude, like 90s nude lip. Perfect for that. So that's what we're gonna do. I hear my Mr. Puppy Dog coming down the hallway. Look at her. She's so gray. Ooh, you know what I'm also gonna do? I'm gonna lose the lid, apparently. Set you aside. I'm gonna find the lid after I'm done filming. I'm gonna take that beige flag, and you guessed it. Oh my god, Angelina Jolie, who? Does that look crazy? Yeah. Yeah, it does. But you know what? The only new lip product I have is the Charlotte Tilbury Nudegasm Diamonds. Interesting wand. Smells like cookie dough. Huh. Okay. Oh, it's gritty. Oh, it's really gritty. Oh my god, it burns. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh my god, it's gritty and it burns. Okay, lip. Okay, hold. What the It's not sticky. It has a really... Wow. Okay, beautiful shine, feels like a lip scrub. This is more intense burning than like the Too Faced. Okay, lip plumper, I got that. What is in this? Champagne nude with diamond sparkle. Okay, yeah. It is glossy. It is beautiful. This hurts. Plumpgasm heat plus ice technology hyaluronic acid. What are you? Not cooling at all. Jesus Christ. This is uncomfortable. This is an uncomfortable level of plumping. Wow, okay, sorry, I almost forgot. Mascara, new mascara. I'm gonna recurl my lashes. I'm like losing my place here. Lawless also makes a really good lip plumper that doesn't feel like this, but it plumps pretty well. It's also nice and hydrating feeling. And this is the new Too Faced Ribbon Wrapped Lash. Apparently this is their tubing mascara. I've kind of gotten into Too Faced now that I don't believe Jared Blandino has anything to do with them, because fuck Jared Blandino. Horrible piece of shit. It has like one of the little spiky things on the end. I also find it ironic that his new makeup company is called Polite Society because he's anything but polite. And yeah, you know what? Being rude is not a good thing. What do you think? It's pretty good mascara. Can we see anything? Can we tell? It feels a little heavy. It's like my lashes have already come uncurled. Let me do another coat. I don't know if it's like it just dried fast or what, but it's like it's kind of not giving on the other eye what it was giving on this eye. I can literally see one lash that is just rebelling against me. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay. It's kind of giving twiggy on the bottom lashes, but I don't hate it. I'm not gonna like do finishing spray or anything like that because I'm probably just gonna go stream looking like this. But yeah, there we have the full face of new makeup. Let's see here. Lawless Forget the Filler Foundation, excellent. If you like high coverage, you like mattifying, you like smoothing, really great. The Hourglass Concealer, also pretty good. Like I said, I've used it before. I think I just did a little too much on this guy because it just looks a little heavier on this eye than it does this eye. You know, that's my bad. My usual go-to is like the Dior Forever with Haus Labs over top, because like I said, this is too light, this is way too dark. So I kind of just like mix them. This little palette is gorgeous. I'm definitely gonna get a lot of use out of this. And oh, the pans do come out like the other Freedom palettes, so that is great. A little pricey for what it is, to be honest, but you know, if you're a collector or really into makeup, I think the price is worth it. To be decided on the mascara. I don't really know. Haus Labs highlighter, it's still there. It's still kind of tacky. Like I said, it is beautiful, especially if you don't use powder on your face, or if you're like a no foundation and you just look a little blush bronzer and you want a highlighter, that would be excellent. This is not a contour, this is a bronzer. It's a decent bronzer. This is a nice blush. It's very like smooth, very matte. The texture is very nice. The color payoff is there. This is a pretty nice under eye powder. You can use it all over the face, of course, like I did. This is also a very nice setting powder, very finely milled, very smoothing. The pink tint doesn't really change the foundation or anything a lot. Charlotte, I don't know about you. I don't know about you. Great eyeliner, really great on the lips too. Damn, Charlotte. I think that's everything. All right, so yeah, this is it. How do we look? Looking good, feeling gorgeous. And yeah, follow me here, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Blue Sky, follow me on Twitch, and thank you so much for watching. Bye. How did I look at? Bye. I looked like off. Girl, I don't know, I'm a mess. Bye.